Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, welcome back to another video guys. So as you read by the title, today we're going to be talking about how to save up for your wedding from our own experience that we went through earlier this year before all the COVID stuff happened. As you know, if you watched the previous videos, I was supposed to do this video like 3 videos ago, but Red ended up pranking me. So if you want to watch that prank, it's called Annoying My Husband Prank, so you can find it on my channel and you might enjoy it. So today we have a lot of points to go through. Last time we were really confused. Okay, so we both have a set of notes. By the way, we have she has some tea, I have some hot chocolate. It's really cold, so not a mukbang but a tea bang. So what mukbang is food, isn't it? So we have different advices. So from my perspective, it will be the way I saved up for my our wedding, and her perspective will be how she saved up. Yeah, from a girl's perspective. The first point is know the date of your wedding. If you don't know, you should know a rough estimate of your wedding. So I think that's important because a lot of people, they don't really have saved up money, but they want to save up for their wedding. So if you don't know when your wedding is, then you just don't know how much you save up every month. So the next point is calculate how much you make every month and how much you can put to the side every month for wedding expenses. Budget in other aspects of your life if you have to. So calculate how much you earn every month. And what is wrong with you? Why are you drowning in your tea?
You can barely hear it.
So you should calculate how much do you make every month, all your other expenses, maybe car insurance, stuff like that, and how much you can actually put to the side every month to save. Because if you earn, I don't know, £1 grand a month, I know that not everyone can save £1 grand a month. You have a lot of expenses, you want to eat out, you want to buy this, you want to buy that. So you should figure out how much can you put to the side every month. If you can put down, if you live with your parents and you can put down like half of your income every month and you have a short amount of time, that's really good. But if you need to budget in other aspects of your life, like instead of going out to eat every 2-3 days, maybe put a limit on yourself going out to eat maybe once a week or something like that. So you need to figure out how much can you put to the side every month. And the next one is make a list of wedding expenses of everything you want, including extra stuff. So for extra stuff, like I don't know, if you want a chocolate fountain day, if you want a certain caterer day, he's zoning up. So make a list of everything and how much it would cost. So if you don't know how much it would cost, I'd say talk to family members, talk to other people that are booked out these kind of things, or just ask. If you ask the companies that you want to book for like a quote, they'll give you a rough estimate of how much it would be for that day. So make a list of how much you think you're going to spend, and obviously that will just be an estimate. So the next thing is speak to your family about things you need to buy. For example, buying clothes for the other family. So there's a lot of things that you'll forget that you need to buy. For example, if you want to do the tradition of, I don't know, buying the bride's family clothes and stuff like that, that you might not really remember because you're so busy with the other stuff, and you might forget about these things because you're so busy with
that's when parents come in and like family members, and they put their input in, and like, yeah, you know, they say, oh, like, do you want to do this tradition? Because you can choose basically what ones you want to do, isn't it?
Yeah, but the main thing is you should know what your family want to do, because if they come later and say like, oh, are you going to buy this then, and like you're just like, oh wait, I don't have enough, you need to figure out all the extra stuff. So the next step would be calculate how much you can save within the time you have and with the money you're able to put to the side every month. So if your wedding is, for example, 5 years away, or let's just, that's a bit too far. Let's say your wedding is 12 months away and you can save £1 grand a month. So that means you will save 12 grand by the end of it, and then you need to figure out, this is how much my expenses are. So if you're meant to spend, I don't know, 15 grand and you can only save 12 grand, then obviously you're gonna have to either budget some things or you're gonna have to borrow some money or something like that. But I'll get to that point. Try to increase how much you earn, work more hours, do side jobs for extra income. So that would be, if you know your wedding is 12 months away and you realize that you can't save enough, then ask your boss, ask people like for extra shifts, work extra hours, get another job if you need to. Like, it gets crazy like that.
If I was a guy and I don't have enough, I think I'd postpone the wedding, like, honestly.
Yeah, you can,
because why would you rush yourself into a whole last wedding with,
yeah, like, but anyway,
so much to save up?
Yeah, so try to remember, like, try to get a side job if you can. If you realize you don't have enough hours and your job can't give you enough hours, try and get like a like a part-time job, maybe work for a family member. Like that's the easiest way to get money and get a job like that. Calculate expenses and then compare how much you can save versus how much you will need. So I kind of said that point already. If you can only save 12 grand and you need to spend 50 grand, then obviously there's something wrong there. If you won't have enough, cut some extra expenses back. If you can, borrow some money from a family member. So I would recommend don't take out a loan, don't do any of those stuff, because later you will regret it. Maybe later you might want to do something with your life, like buy a house or something, and you can't because that loan will put you back. And if you borrow money from a family member, most of the time you'll make that money back from the wedding day, isn't it? So if you're inviting, like, I don't know, 500 guests, you're probably going to but you're probably going to get a lot of gifts and a lot of money, so you can easily pay a family member back. And if you take out a loan or do this kind of stuff, like, you will just end up paying more back than you even borrowed. So I'd recommend taking it from a family member. If you're like 2 grand short or something, just ask your mom, ask your dad, ask a family member that you can trust, that won't keep pestering you, and just maybe pay it back after the next like 3-4 months, or maybe even out of the gifts you receive out of the wedding. Family members can be paid back from present money after the wedding. Don't take out a loan, I've already said that. Point 12, some things that you can cut down and some things you can't do. Pick wisely. Always look around at different cheaper options that you can't that don't compromise quality. So there's some things that you can cut back on and some things you can't cut back on. There's some things that are just so compulsory. Like if you don't have, I don't know, if you cut back on clothes and you get cheaper looking clothes, then obviously that's something that everyone sees.
You shouldn't cut back on the things that matter most to you, but I don't know, like cut back on entertainment or something, you know, that's something that you don't actually need.
Yes, extra stuff that you really want to do but you can't afford to do, you should cut it down. If you can't afford to do it, rather than just, I don't know, cheap out on the important things and then later feel bad, we didn't hire the right photographer, we went for a cheaper option, look, you didn't do a good job, and like you don't have good memories anymore because the memory of the wedding is ruined because you hired a cheap photographer or something like that. So the last point that I have before I let Rez, sorry, I'm just talking, but like I'm just really just in this. So the last point I have is always have extra than your calculated budget, because a lot of unexpected expenses will come up as the time gets closer. So that's the biggest thing I would say. So if your calculated budget is, I don't know, let's say 15 grand, have at least 16 grand, have at least 17 grand, and just have that to the side just in case. Because as the day gets closer, things like, I don't know, buy a cake, buy this, buy that, like hundreds will just be gone on that. And if you come to the wedding day with nothing in your pocket, then all these things come up. It's going to be embarrassing for you only. So I would recommend that always have more than you think you should have, because at the end of the day, if anything goes wrong, it's your guy's wedding, it's your embarrassment, isn't it? So if you can't afford something at the end of the day that comes up randomly, then it will look bad on you, especially as the groom, as whatever. Because like if your parents trust you with me and they see like, wait, I can't even afford to buy a cake or something like that, they're going to be like, oh, that's like, what are they going to do after the wedding, you know? So they can't afford money now.
Very stressful.
So I'd recommend always have more than you calculate, and that is all from me. I actually just sat down and wrote that all down. I've been thinking about that since the last video. I just didn't know how to say it. But once I sat down and with my ideas and I wrote it down, I think that I've done really well. So that's all of the points that I'd recommend.
You made more sense this time.
Last time. If you watched the prank, I don't know what happened, but
we were both really confused on that one, so I thought I'd just mess it up.
So that's all that I would recommend. From a guy's point of view, this is from a point of view where a guy who is paying for most of his expenses by himself, saving up for years after working for years. And Rez is going to tell you from a point of view of where her mum helped out a lot, and she was working part-time, and what she was able to do. So Rez is going to talk from that point of view. So you can tell your points now.
Okay. I'd like to start off by saying, if you can, don't have a wedding. I mean,
wait, do you know how many times you said that?
I know. I don't hate weddings. Weddings are so beautiful. They're such a good memory. I'm happy that we had a wedding because it's such a like.
I'd rather have a big nikah party though. And then just cut out the wedding. But I'm sorry, I can't interrupt.
So I was saying that if you can, don't have a wedding, because from our experience, I would 100% say that we would have rather taken that money and all the gift money that everyone gave us and like put it towards a house or something, to build a better future, rather than have an amazing one day I mean, I just thinking about it, it sounds ridiculous spending thousands just for a day. But anyway, anyone who does do it, like, it's good, it's fun, it's up to you. If you can and you want to and you've saved up for it, then, and it's a dream of yours, do it, go ahead.
The smaller you do it, the more blessings your marriage actually gets.
Yeah.
So that's something to remember.
Yeah. Okay, so my first point is put half of your earnings to the side every month without failing. This is something I done. And I know if I didn't do this, then towards the end I wouldn't have that extra money that I had to like spend on stuff that popped up, like he said, the random expenses that you have to pay for. If you can, which you should definitely try once you know that you're going to get married, is put half of your earnings to the side into a savings account, or
just withdraw it. Sorry, but just withdraw it. If you know it's in your account and you're the type of people that if it's in your account you have to spend it, I'd recommend just withdraw it, put it in an envelope, give it to your mum, and she'll keep it safe, I guess. Because like if your mum has it, you're not going to go and say, oh, just give it back, I want to buy something, you know.
Well, yeah, if you're that type of person, then you should give it to like someone that you trust to keep.
Or just withdraw it. You won't spend it, you know.
No, because not every company takes it from like cash.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was saying that you should open a savings account if you don't have one, and put all your money inside that, and keep a calculation on like or 300 for hairstylist or 400 for makeup artist. Like, keep that inside that account and make sure you have a calculation written down somewhere in a notebook, so you know how much you have inside and what it's for, so you know that there's no extra money in there that you can touch. And if you're really bad at keeping away from saved up money, then like I said, you need to give it to a family member. What I did was I withdrew all my money because I knew that the companies I had to pay, they're gonna take it in cash. So what I did was I got a few envelopes and I named them. So one was for cameraman, one was for wedding cake, one was for makeup artist, etc. And I wrote the amount down that I needed to pay them. And then once I put the amount that was needed inside it, I just sealed it up and put it away somewhere safe, and I didn't touch it at all, because once you touch it then it's so hard to like put it back in again.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that really helped me like keep on top of all the expenses. Another thing that we did to like help the whole wedding thing go smoothly is we were very strict with the amount of people we were allowing to come. We decided as a whole family, like from his side and my side, we decided how many people we want in total, and we halved it, and we said, okay, so this amount of guests for you guys and this amount of guests for us. And then in my house with my family, I told my mom, okay, so you can go ahead and invite this many guests of yours. I don't know who you want to invite, but here you go, this is the number you have. And I told her like, this is the amount of guests I'm gonna invite, and I made sure that no one over invites the amount that we agreed on, because it will only be embarrassing to you if there's not enough like seats or food or etc. So be really strict with the guest list. I know it's very hard to put your feet down in an Asian family when they're planning the whole wedding. Usually if you're not paying for any of the expenses from the girl side, because usually the girl doesn't pay for anything, it's like her family who decide everything.
Well, when it's an early marriage, it's kind of like that.
Yeah. Try to guide them. I know they're not going to really listen to you like properly, because that's just how Asian parents are, but try to guide them and tell them like, oh, I want it like this, like, is it okay if you do it like this, etc. And try to like guide them and help them through it, kind of thing, and give them an idea of what you want as well.
It's your wedding.
Yeah, it is your wedding at the end of the day. I mean, if it's a forced wedding, then run. But,
put a spoon in your pocket, therefore. I don't even know if that's true or not, you know.
Yeah.
By the way, we're not making fun of forced marriages.
No.
That's obviously
it's a very serious topic.
Yeah. But
that was just a joke though. So another thing we done was we didn't actually do favors. You know, wedding favors.
I don't know.
We didn't even think about wedding favors. That
What
didn't
does that
even
mean?
cross that. You know, at the tables you have like little stuff for the guests.
Oh,
Like
okay, yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't have that because neither of our families thought about that. I don't know why.
So,
It just completely slipped.
With
out of
4
our mind.
months and so much craziness, there's so
Yeah.
much extra stuff that we
Yeah.
just didn't do.
Yeah.
To be honest, I didn't really think of that.
I didn't think of that at all. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I would have tried to like come up with something, because it's actually really fun when you do favors like together with your whole family.
Actually, never. I forgot. I know that exists, but I kind of
It's
forgot.
really
about
fun
that,
when you do it with your family. It is a bit hectic, but it's quite fun. But we didn't think of that. We were just so busy with everything else. And another thing I'd like to say is desserts. If you can make your desserts for yourself, or get any family members that do really good desserts, get them to do it. Don't hire anything out. Don't go to companies. I'm not putting it down.
But try to hire as less as you can.
Yeah, that's
and, try to get your talented family members involved, because a lot of family members will know how to
it helps with the costs a lot. Obviously, if you don't want to, that's the area you choose, whether you want to like go and hire someone out that you've like looked at for so long, or you want to like cut back on that. Like that's just something that we did, because I didn't find it necessary to go out and like book someone for like the wedding, etc. We did have a look around, we asked for the prices, etc., but we didn't really think it was worth it for our wedding, like the budget we were going for. So we done our own desserts, etc., for my Mendi as well.
I feel like when companies hear wedding, they want to triple the price.
They bump it up, for sure. Which there's nothing wrong with that. They're trying to make business, you know. We're not trying to put that down, but sometimes
unrealistic prices.
It's not fair.
I try and calculate how much they're actually spending versus how much they're selling it for. Sometimes it's a bit crazy.
If you're budgeting, then that's something that puts you off, you know. Resist other people's expectations. That's a really, really big thing. Me and Ritz kept our feet down at all times.
When you said Ritz, I was like, what does that mean? Sorry,
why I could use that all the time every day.
I just don't know.
Me and Ritz, we kept our feet down throughout the whole thing. We let everyone else do their part and put their input in, but we kept our feet down at all times, and we made sure we knew what was going on around us, kind of thing. Because if you don't do that, then things can get messy really quickly and it can go very ugly. I mean, it's a bit sad, but at the end of the day, it's your wedding, you're paying for it, you're putting all the efforts in, and it's happening for you. So you need to just keep your feet down, to be honest, and make sure that everything's going according to, like, at a safe level, you know. Don't let it go past the line. It's really hard because you have to say no to a lot of things that you don't want to, because you know that will hurt that person's feelings. But like I said, at the end of the day, it's you paying for stuff, and it's going to be in your control. It's all about you, you know. You just have to be a bit selfish and not be rude, but
there's some things that are too excessive.
And we had to do that to quite a few things. It was a bit hard, but
it's things that we didn't want,
but they did. But it was unnecessary things. It was like too traditional, that we didn't really like think about. So we had to say no to quite a lot of things. But if you have to, and you're budgeting and you want it to go your way, please just put your feet down and say no to it.
Because at the end of the day, people make you feel like, oh, that's the tradition, you have to do that.
And there's a lot of that with our preparation going on.
And if you're all about that stuff, then that's fine, you can do it.
Fine.
But we just really went with everything. There's a lot of things that we wanted to do, and a lot of things that we just thought were a bit too much, you know, too extra.
But people have their own expectations, and they're like, oh, let's do this, let's do that, and they get a bit carried away and excited, and you just have to say no at that point. Like I said, it's really sad, but if you can go for it, go for it. But this is for like the people who want to do good budgeting. Like, this is just tips that you can like use to help your guys self if you want to. You don't have to agree with it or use it. This video is called how to save up for your wedding, but it's like on a budget. It's just good budgeting too. You don't have to do this, but if you find it useful, then you can put it into place, you know. This is just stuff that we did, and it's from our own personal experience, because it's best to speak from experience. Not everyone has the same experience, but it's good to know, you know. If you guys want to go all out, then I don't think this video is that type of budgeting video, because you don't really have a budget. No, not everyone has a budget, but if you want helps on tips and stuff, then you should watch this video, isn't it? Ask for wedding help instead of gifts. This is really important. I've heard so many couples say this, because we done it ourselves too. My mum done it. Did you? We did. Oh. So basically, I think you guys did too, but I don't know, you don't really discuss that stuff. So basically, approach your family members. They're gonna give you money either way, on the wedding day or like, you know, anytime between that, basically. So approach them and say, is it okay to give your present now, and we'll put it towards this, etc., blah 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 blah. And it really helps, because instead of sweating your butt off to save for something that a present can just cover, you should definitely go for it, because it will save so much more stress. I mean, family members usually approach you and say, oh, is it okay if I give this much, blah 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 blah. It happens between the parents and the family members. They talk about it amongst themselves. You should know that you have the right to ask for the present if like you need it in that moment.
Don't ask the person directly. Just go to your
parents, yeah, and get them to approach them.
Yeah, oh, can you help with this?
Yeah,
like just talk to people.
Yeah, if you sit down with your family and talk about it, then it will solve up so many like problems and issues.
Just go to your aunt like, give the present money now.
Oh yeah, definitely don't do that. But like they're gonna give something. Everyone gives a wedding present, you know. But they usually approach you. Don't ever approach them. If they approach you and say like, oh, is it okay if I give it then, blah blah blah, and you say, oh, you know what, is it okay if you give it this time so I can like put it towards this expense? Like just speak to them about it. If you can't speak to them about it, get your parents to speak to them about it, because your parents would know exactly. Your parents will know exactly where to put that money towards, you know, or help you put it towards wherever you need to. So yeah, do that if you can. Some people don't have family members to reach out to like that, you know, or friends. You know, friends will like, sometimes they'll ask, oh, like, what's your list of wedding presents? You know, you just tell them. Instead of going out and buying something that you probably won't use, you can just ask them for that amount, you know. Make your own wedding bouquet. I know that there's such beautiful companies out there. I've seen so many and I actually wanted to hire them out for my wedding, but I think that's something that you don't need to spend on. If you can cut back on that, please do. If you have any talented family members, or you could do it yourself, you should definitely do it. My cousins and sister-in-law, yes, she's my sister-in-law. My cousins and my sister-in-law, they made my bouquet for me, which was amazing because that took so much stress off me. Like I completely kind of forgot it, and I would have been in a rush if I had to make it myself, which I was planning to, by the way. I was planning to make it myself, but my cousin, sisters and sister-in-law done it, yeah, and they done such a good job. I loved it. It went with my outfit so nicely and it was just so cute. It made me happy, and it made me feel like, oh thank God that's done. So I'm really thankful to them. Get any family, example cousins, aunts, uncles, to do errands for you, such as like, I don't know, like picking up the wedding cake. I had to get my uncle to do that, because imagine hiring someone out to like deliver.
Sorry to cut, but what I done was, I actually, rather than look at a certain company that is like a similar price but you have to go and collect it, I tried to look for a company that can bring it to me for the same price. So if you're budgeting, try and look out for those things. Look out for good companies that will bring it to you, because you're so busy with stuff. Who the hell is thinking about a cake, you know? So that's something I'll say. So Karen?
Yeah, so them little errands that need to be done, just go and speak to someone that you think will be able to do it, and speak to them and ask them if it's okay, blah blah blah. Obviously don't push it onto them, that's not fair, but they are there and like to help. At the end of the day, they're family members, they have nothing else to do, so why not, like, come on, you know, you're my uncle, so just go do it.
Especially the ones that drive.
Yeah, and then I got my all my aunts, my mum and sisters, I don't think my mum would have been able to do it without them, like, so thanks so much to them. They helped my mum every step of the way with everything and reassured her. If you don't have family members like that, like, I'm sorry, but if you do, then make sure you rope them in and like get them over to your house, get them to stay.
All the time they will want to do that.
Yeah, anyway. They will. Yeah, they'll offer it, because that's just what aunts do, isn't it? Especially in the Asian community, they'll come over and like help cook in the kitchen and have their own little fun, and like.
It's not the only time they have a lot of fun, you know. Yeah.
Get ready like guatali, and they'll listen to the Bengali music. That's what they were doing. They were having so much fun together.
Yeah, it's actually a really fun time for them.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean it's fun. You shouldn't forget that. Oh no, there's a wedding above your head. You should also enjoy it, because there's no point of having the day otherwise. You
shouldn't think of it as a process. It's like a celebration, you know.
Yeah. But the build up to the wedding day is so fun. Like the days before it, like you just have so much fun and do all the face masks and all the girly stuff.
I'd say the wedding day is the most boring day.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'd say so. And also the decorating, you can hire companies out to do like backdrops and stuff, and I've seen so many that do such good work. And I think I did contact a few as well, but then I thought, you know what, this is something we can cut back on and be creative with ourselves. So me and my cousins, my sisters, we all got to it, and we actually made our own backdrop, etc., with anything and everything. Like there's some stuff that you have to like buy off like Amazon or whatever, you know, and there's some stuff that you could just grab from home, and then you could just prep it yourself, and it actually comes out so nice. And I don't know, I think that's what the fun is in, like doing that type of stuff for yourself. Like it was really fun. Like we cranked up the music and like just was doing it all up and blowing up with the balloons.
Wait, can I say something?
Yeah.
Wait, did you want to say something?
No, it's okay.
So one thing I would say is, if you hire a company and I don't know, they charge £200, and if you go out of your way and go to Amazon, look at all these things, and do it the way you want it. Buy all these little LED lights, buy the batteries. It might also cost you £200.
No, it will definitely cost less.
Okay, it might cost less, but the thing is, when you buy it yourself, we can reuse it again if you want
any
to.
other weddings, yeah.
Or you can just take bits and pieces and reuse it, or you can use it. It's just the fact that it's yours, and when you hire it, it's a lot less stress. They come to your house, they do it, they take it.
Yeah.
But it's gone, you know. So if you can buy it and take the time out to just decorate yourself, then that's with you forever, you know.
Another important tip is look around, ask your family members if they have decorations. I regret not doing that. I completely forgot that my cousins got married before me, like a few years before, and they had so many decorations in their house, and then when they came, they're like, oh, why didn't you tell us, like we could have bought this light or that light, we have this in our house and these flowers, etc. So I regret not asking them before purchasing stuff, because that would have been like such a cutback as well. It's like a really good thing. So I should have asked them. So if you have family members or cousins that have got married previously, you should definitely message them and ask them if they have any like decorations that they can lend. If not, just go out and purchase it yourself, because it's actually like way cheaper than hiring someone to do it, because you're not only paying for their preps that they're using, but you're paying for them for their time and like their efforts. Journey, so you know, it will always be more cheaper to do it yourself. Obviously, if you're not as talented and you're not confident in yourself, then yes, go ahead and like hire someone out if you're not confident enough with it, because there's some stuff, like I said, that is really important to someone and they don't want to cut back on it. So you don't have to if you don't want to, but that's something that you can. It's actually quite a lot of fun to do with your cousins, sisters, you know, aunts. My aunt actually came and like helped us as well a little. It was really fun. But yeah, I think that's my last tip. Another thing I'd like to say is for my Mendi, instead of hiring out companies to bring food in, all my mum, aunts and everyone, they all joined up together and actually cooked up something really big, and it was so delicious. It was really good. It was so much fun. And because there's so many of them, it wasn't stressful for them, I'd say. It was more of a happy moment, yeah. So it was something that, like, that's the type of things that you build memories with, kind of
and if everyone's good at making something and they all make it, then that's pretty cool as well.
Yeah, and it also makes them feel more involved in the whole process. So it's actually good to put that stuff on family members, because they feel like, okay, great, I've got something to do, let's go and do it, blah blah blah. Like, it's actually really fun for them.
Yeah.
And if they say like no, they don't want to, then don't push it on them.
Yeah, but most of the time, a lot of the family members would want to do it, unless it's a family member that's really busy with their own work and they just made one day off for your Mendi or one day off for your wedding, and then they have to go back to work. But if you have family members that are a bit older and maybe they're very good at making something, then do ask them. Most of the time they'll say yes, because they want to be involved. So that's your last point. That's our wedding tips on how to save up for your wedding on a budget from our own experiences. You don't have to take any of this advice if you don't want to, but this is wow, he's being so loud. So this is advice from someone who has already gone through all of this, and just our point of view. If you don't want to budget, if you don't want to do something the way we're saying, that's completely fine, but this is the way we done it. And a lot of people, a lot of young people actually message me, and the reason why we done this video, a lot of people say, how did you afford your wedding? How did you save up for your wedding, knowing that we got married when I was 20 and you were
19?
Yeah, you were 19. So knowing those two things, and the fact that I done a lot of the work and I done a lot of the things, it makes people question, like, how did you do it? So that is how we done it. If you enjoyed this video, let us know down below. Thank you guys for watching. If you made it this far, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. We love doing our vlogs, we love doing our challenges, but we also love doing the videos that you guys always ask to see, which is a video like this, just to help you guys, just advice videos, like information tips kind of videos. So we really enjoyed doing this video. I've actually had this video in mind for a while, and I actually feel a lot
happy that you pointed, like put your bullet points.
I feel a lot more happier putting that out there. The way, that's exactly how I wanted to say it last time before you pranked me. I hope this video helps with all of you guys' tips and advice that you guys wanted. At the end of every single video, I give a comment shout out to my favourite comment from the last video. So this video's comment shout out goes to Simons1. Thank you for liking and commenting on the last video. If you want a comment shout out, leave a nice positive comment down below, and I might pick you for the next video for a comment shout out. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and see you guys next time. Thank you guys for watching. If you made this far, my memory card actually died because we've been filming so many videos. I have a spare memory card, but I can't find it. So thank you guys for watching. If you made this far, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time, and peace.
Girl, I see your face everywhere. When I'm going out, you'll be there. 'Cause everything reminds me of you. I can't take no more. Girl, I think I'm losing my mind. Try to go to work, but I lost track of time. 'Cause everyone keep looking like you.